If you're looking to take out a player without having to PvP them, then you're in the right place. Trapping someone is easily the best way to take out your opponent, and can take out even the greatest Minecraft players with ease. In this video, I'll be showing you 3 different traps that will take out all your fully geared enemies. For the first trap, we've got ourselves the diamond block trap. Now, basically how this works is when the diamond block is mined, it puts out a redstone signal through this observer, blowing up these TNT minecarts, putting a crater the size of the moon in the ground. To build this trap, firstly dig down 3 blocks and create a 3x3x4 hole. Next, place an observer with the face looking side facing upwards. Then place the diamond block on top. Place 2 blocks of your choice with a piece of redstone directly under the observer and a repeater to its right. Then set the repeater to 4 ticks. Build off the repeater with a block and place a redstone torch like so, with some redstone dust underneath. Mine out a 2-block hole and fill it with redstone dust. Move over to the other side, mine a hole and place a redstone torch in the gap. You should see that the torch has turned off. Next, place a block above the torch and a powered rail on that. Then, to its left, place a normal rail and 2 blocks to the left of that. Now, place down the TNT minecarts. To kill a fully prop 4 player, you will need 20 minecarts, but for anything else, come prepared with at least 8. Now, build up some walls around the minecart, and finally, fill the top back in with some grass. Now, the next person that comes along will be blown to bits. Alright, on to trap number 2. For this one, we've got ourselves this dangerous bubble elevator contraption, capable of killing anyone, even if they're fully geared. Basically how this trap works is the tripwire hook activates this dispenser to repeatedly shoot out instant damage to splash potions, killing your enemy. To build this, you will firstly need to find your enemy's bubble elevator, or make one yourself, which is really easy: water and salt sand. Next, find a spot in the elevator that you want to put the trap in. Normally aim for about 2/3 of the way up. Once you've found your spot, mark it out by placing a block to cover up the elevator. Then clear out the water from the top to that block. Now stand on top of that block and mine 4 blocks into the mountain. Then turn to your right and mine 3 more blocks. Then mine out the middle, which should give you a 4x4 hole. Now that you've done that, go back into the elevator and mine out these 2 blocks and place tripwire hooks in the gaps, and then string between them. Then go across 2 from the left tripwire hook and mine out a gap like so, and place a regular piston in here. You should now see when you step on the tripwire that it activates the piston. Now mine your 4x4 hole 1 block deeper like this. Next, place a block, then a dispenser on top in the gap next to the string. Make sure the dispenser is facing the string. Now place a redstone block in front of the piston and a trail of redstone dust like this. Where the trail ends, place a block with a redstone torch on the side. Then place 2 hoppers like this, making sure that both of them funnel into each other. It should look like this. Then place a block in the gap next to the dispenser and place a comparator facing into the dispenser. Then place 1 item into one of the hoppers like so. The reason you do this is to make a hopper clock. Basically how this works is the item goes back and forth between the hoppers, being picked up by the comparator. So once the tripwire is activated, it pushes the redstone block, powering the redstone, which turns off the redstone torch, letting the hopper clock turn on, making the dispenser shoot forever until you mine the redstone block. Now place a hopper on top of the dispenser and a chest on top of that. Next, you'll need to load in the instant damage 2 splash potions. To kill a full prop 4 player, you will need 9 instant damage 2 splash potions. But to kill a full prop 4 player with Notch Apple, you will need 24 instant damage 2 splash potions. So load those guys in, and finally place 2 cobwebs above the string, mine the original block you placed, fill in the missing water gap, and then you're done. So the next time your enemy uses their bubble elevator, they'll definitely be in for a shock. Now, moving on to trap number 3. For this one, we've got a nice simple one, the floor drop trap. This is a really easy one to make for any quick pranks you want to do without spending too much time or resources. Basically how this works is you go into this fake house, going over the tripwire line, making this piston retract, creating all this gravel to fall along with your enemy. To build this, start by building a very simple house like this one. You can copy exactly what I build, or build one with the same dimensions as mine. Now go inside the house and face the door. Place a tripwire hook on either side like this, with a piece of string in the middle. Next, place any normal looking block at the very back of the house, like a crafting table. Make sure they only stay in this area and no further. Then mine out a 3x3 hole down 3 blocks like so. On the bottom layer on the right, mine 2 blocks into the ground and place a regular piston. Next, go outside your house to the right and place a piece of redstone dust behind where the tripwire hook is, which should be just here. Then go across one and mine out this formation like so. Move across and mine out these blocks also. Then finally, on the right side, mine out these blocks all the way to the piston. Then, 1 block from the piston, place a block down here, and in the gap, place a redstone torch on that block you just placed. That should power the piston. Then, place a repeater behind the block, and redstone dust all the way down until it's next to the repeater. Mine out these 2 blocks, place redstone dust in the gaps, and now, if you followed me exactly, the trap mechanism should be complete. Next, you're going to want to mine your hole down anywhere between 30 to 51 blocks more, depending if you want to kill a full prop 4 player with feather falling 4 or not. You can also mine out all the bedrock at the bottom using this machine, but it's quite a lot more difficult to pull off. If you're interested in that, there is a video by Mistycat explaining how to do that for you, which I'll link in the description below. But if you've decided not to mine into the void, simply place some dripstone at the bottom of the hole. Once you've done that, the final step is to very carefully place a sign on the front of the piston, then some more signs building off in this pattern as shown, being extra careful not to fall in the trap yourself. Once you've done that, place some gravel on top of all the signs. And finally, fill in the hole on the right side with all the redstone in it. You might need to do some hiding to hide some of the redstone that is popping out, but most people won't notice if it's hidden really well. And with that, the trap is complete. If you want to join a public lifesteal SMP, where you can try out these traps on real people, the IP will be up on the screen now, and also in the description of the video. Tell me which trap you guys like the best in the comments, and also subscribe.